we're now along the Woodland trail part of Watershed, and this stretch is one of my favorites to do some tree ID. And it's tree ID, you can do it all year round because some trees are really easy to identify by their bark, some by their leaves, some by their flowers. But get up close to these trees. So this is all the same species of tree, and in fact, its growing habit makes me think that it all might be the same genetic tree. So I would describe this, how would your teachers describe this bark? What words would you use?
Bumpy, rough,
coarse. Yep.
Almost looks like barriers, like walls.
Yep. Some people, if you go up
like
and look up as it goes up, how would you describe like that look as it keeps on going up?
It's just kind of like a bumpy, almost like it has a bunch of warts.
That's right, warty. So a lot of this tree has often been described as warty, and this is a very unique bark that you won't see on many. This is the common hackberry.
Oh.
So that's what this tree is the common hackberry. And it's a native tree, it's a great tree. You can see evidence of herbivory on its leaves, right? Another good science word. But one of the easy ones to identify by its bark. When it gets high up there, what does it look like?
Smooth. It definitely gets smoother at the top.
Is it a sycamore?
Yep. Yes, it is. Very good. Ding, ding, ding. This light gets the wind. So this is American sycamore. And a couple things. Not only is the bark looks like this shingle stuff, and then it looks as it gets further up, you can see more white patches that are smooth. But you'll see its habit is fairly straight. When I say habit, I mean its growth habit. Sycamores are known for growing really strong and straight. Also, where it's at, its environment. Sycamores love the water. You will see sycamores by rivers, creeks, and streams, by lakes. So it's right here by the wetland. We did not plant this sycamore. The sycamore is also one of those whose seeds are dispersed by wind. Anyway, so this is one of my favorite species of tree. This tree can get a lot bigger. This tree could get, goodness gracious, 4 times the girth. Native Americans used to use the hulls of American sycamores for their canoes, as well as shelters. The hulls of dead sycamores that were standing, they would use it as shelters. So sycamore is a great tree, easy to identify by its bark. It's straight and upright habit, as well as where it's at. It's by water. So great tree, American sycamore. We're here at the Watershed again, and if you've already heard me once, you already know that I love trees, right? And you should too. Trees are so awesome and they do such good work. Well, the outside of trees is like the outside of your skin, right? So what happens inside a tree is what happens inside your body. We have blood vessels, we have veins that carry different things that we need to survive. So does a tree. So behind this bark, or behind this skin, if you will, are its tubes, its veins, if you will, that allow it to transport nutrients from its roots up to its leaves and vice versa. So there's all sorts of important stuff behind this, but the outside bark is its protective layer. So let me ask you this. How would you feel if someone etched something into your skin. That would hurt, right? It would hurt and it would damage you, and it would leave a mark, and it would maybe get infected. I don't know, do all sorts of bad things. So you don't want that ever, right? Well, that's what this is. So when you see evidence of this on a nature trail or in the woods, or I hope that no one that you're with is doing it, do me a favor, be a tree ambassador and say, oh, no, just love that tree. You can touch its bark. You can get up close to its bark. You can even do a tree rubbing. You can take a piece of paper and a crayon and get a tree rubbing of it. You can do all sorts of things with tree bark, but do not harm it. Because harming it, even if your intentions are good, to profess your love, to do all sorts of things that you think are cute, are not cute for the tree. And the tree is a living thing, like you and me. It's a living organism. It's a life form. It's alive. It might not look live, but it's alive. And it's doing things that we need it to do, cleaning and cooling our air, soaking up the carbon dioxide that we breathe out. And when we do things like this, we hurt it. So do me a favor, and forever in your life, from now until the end of your days, be an ambassador for trees and encourage people to not harm its trunk and to only give it love.